It's now time for another episode of the Off-Road Toolbox. A Jeepers guide to everything off-road. Powered by Best Price Trailers.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Off-Road Toolbox. Today we're going to go down the tire path again.
But wait a minute. Brought to you by
By who?
our famous sponsor.
Oh, that sponsor.
That's
yes,
what's-
make sure to go to bestpricetrailers.com and get with them if you need a trailer. They have some serious stuff over there.
They're good people.
They're very good people.
Yep. So we appreciate them.
You know, I gotta. Before we actually get into this, it's kind of funny. I'm looking at this, and the first thing that Jeff goes, "Well, I was just working with this outline, and it says here, intro music, upbeat, adventurous tune." So I'm thinking maybe something like, is that upbeat, adventurous?
That's adventurous
Yeah?
right there.
Okay, that's upbeat and adventurous. That's the first thing I thought of. Going, wait a second. And he's like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's okay. You're trying to tell me, you want me to change the? If you need me to change something, let me know."
No.
Okay.
I just took and was...
You even
doing
changed the name of it from the Off-Road Toolbox to Welcome to Jeep Talk.
But there's already Jeep Talk out there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can't use that one.
Okay.
You got another one?
No, I mean, it
Backwoods
says, "Hi,
Jeeping?
I'm your host, your name."
Yep.
And
I'm
today
Jeff.
we're diving into a crucial aspect of Jeep maintenance.
Yes.
Did you write this?
Yes.
You came up with this yourself.
Yes. I do have an education.
Well, I mean,
I'm not proof of.
Well, with AI, I don't know if you went to like Chat GPT.
Nah.
See, I don't even know what that is, so it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Let's keep going.
I don't
Let's
wanna
just
get
keep
into
going.
what it
Let's
is.
not.
All
Let's
right.
not.
All right. All right. Well, now we're going to talk about tires.
We're going to go back over tires. We've talked about it before. Kind of go down of issues that you might come across and things to look at to fix it.
Your segment 1 says understanding common tire issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basics.
Very basic.
Yes.
Okay.
They're flat.
Low tire pressure.
Low tire pressure.
I mean, I get like 60, 70,000 miles off of
Right.
KO2s. That's what you want. If you're getting 30 and 40,000 miles out of a tire,
You're doing something very wrong.
or it's a bad tire or cheap tire.
Cheap tire. Cheap tires will wear out quick.
Yep.
If you go with these $150 tires, they're going to wear out kind of quick. It's
Yep.
a soft compound.
Yep.
Yada, yada, yada. If you're not running the right pressures,
Yes.
it'll cause them to cup.
To find the right tire, I went to TireRack.com, and it just asks you, okay, what part of the country are you in?
Correct.
And since I'm in Florida, it's extremely hot.
Yes.
Yes.
And also it rains a lot, so you want a tire that's going to be able to push the water away, a decent water tire, and one that's not a soft compound that's going to melt away.
Correct.
Yes.
Which a lot of the off-road tires will.
Yes. Hey, Bart, we taught them well.
Yes. Yes.
I learned myself by listening.
But,
Again,
but no, you got to have the right tire, whether it be you go into snow, you go into mud, there's different applications. And we went over that in a previous episode. So kind of scroll back and you'll find it if you're looking for it.
and one thing too to remember is that when you have tires on, it's not just put it on and there you're good. There's
No,
maintenance to
maintenance,
that. I don't know
yes.
if we've touched on that.
That's
Tire pressure is one thing that will never stay the same. You've got to constantly check it, especially if you're in a cold weather climate, because cold weather, you will lose tire pressure.
Yes.
Usually about a 20-degree temperature change
Yeah,
can affect your
can
tires.
affect. So, yeah.
Plus two is, as you're going down the road, those tires are heating up, they're getting larger. So
Right.
there's a couple of tests that you can do to see what is the best pressure.
Yes.
The
Need to
chalk
rotate
test,
your tires.
Very,
That
very
is a
important.
big, important step.
I mean, I do it at like every 5,000 oil change.
Yep. Well, my oil changes are on 3, but about every 6,000 because every other oil change,
There you go.
I do my tires.
And that's nothing wrong with that because they say to go
5.
5.
It's,
That's close enough.
And I do the 5 tire. I take the spare and rotate it.
Yeah,
into
if you've got if you can do the 5 tires, if you have a spare, you rotate in. You should get, now that's why you're getting 60,000 miles.
and I keep, again, all the things we're telling you,
Right.
I do.
Yeah. We have to. I mean, these are what, 60, 70, $80,000 vehicles that we want to keep them running as long as we can because I don't want another car payment. I want to get rid of mine as quick as possible.
And tires are part of your suspension.
Yep.
They're part of your steering and part of your braking.
Yes.
It will affect everything.
And acceleration.
It'll wear down those parts as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
With bad tires.
The other thing is that uneven tire wear, which we just went over with
Yes.
air pressure. Tire balancing can be you've lost a weight.
Yep.
You're out in the woods, you picked up a little bit of mud on the inside,
True.
you'll throw it off, and you're not really paying attention. It will cause the tire to cup. Punctures and nails, you hit something, punctures the tire, it's going to start running low. If you're not tuned into that, you're going to ruin the tire.
Yes.
Eventually. Sidewall damage, that's from hitting the curbs or going four-wheeling in the mall, parking lot, stuff like that. So,
And usually, most of your sidewall damage is when you're aired up hard.
if you air it up hard, yeah, because at least if you hit it with a soft, you get that glance and it
Yep.
kind of rolls into
Yep.
it like jelly
Yep.
and comes off it. It still can cause issues. But,
And even off-roading on some of the rocks, sharp rocks, even when you're aired down, you can still cut your sidewall.
oh, yeah. And
So,
it
yeah.
happens quite often out there in
Yeah.
Moab area. So to go on to diagnose the tire problem, first thing to do is you're going to check your tire pressure.
And
Show and tell.
pencil gauge, non-pencil gauge. So check your tire pressure.
And with the pencil gauge, I would have two that you can compare to see how close they are.
Correct.
A lot of times.
All of them, anything, because don't take it, because they can be off. You got to remember where all these things are made today in the world.
Cheap.
They could, yes, they're not always the best. We're not NASCAR where we have to have
Right.
precise tire pressure. We can't afford one of those gauges.
No, that's thousands.
And they make digital. So besides the analog and the pencil gauge, they have digital gauges.
And know what tire pressure you need to be at. And with a Jeep, it's really imperative because you don't need to run 35 pounds of pressure on or 35 inch. You don't need to run the full air. You need to do the chalk test.
Chalk test is going to tell you what your tire is going to want, and two is it depends on the hardness of the rubber tube.
And by the chalk test, it's real simple. You get chalk.
Yep, and you run the big round chalks.
Sidewalk chalk.
Yep, there you go. Sidewalk chalk. Rub it across the tread from side to side. You go around the block. Well,
Go straight.
Try
going
to keep straight.
straight.
But some people don't have a straight place to go.
Go to parking lot. A big parking lot. Mall.
I
Again,
didn't
we
think
have.
about that. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you run it until it goes around a couple of times, and then you look and see where that wear pattern is. If the wear pattern is on the outside of the treads, too much. You're inflated too high, which you've got a crown on the tire. If you're missing on the edges, then you're too low of pressure. You want to be completely gone flat across the whole tread. That's the chalk test.
I know that sometimes when you first buy your tire, you need to have it fully inflated just because you're working the tire in.
Yes.
Right.
So you need a few hundred miles, I believe.
Correct.
I'm not sure exactly what, but enough to the tire is broken in a little bit.
Yep.
And then you can go and air it down. Like with a 35-inch tire, like I was saying, I forgot how many pounds. I think it was 35 is what those BFG 35-inch tires are. It says to put in. I don't put 35.
Yeah, but you're running a C. Your sidewall is C, so you
Yeah.
have C, D, and E rated sidewall. If
Right.
you have E, you could be 80 to 100 pounds.
Right.
Oh.
And I can't, I have E rated tires on my Jeep, and I run 35 PSI. Now, when I had C rated, I was more towards 28 to 32 versus 35.
That's kind of where I'm in that.
It all went by the chalk test,
Yeah.
or yes, that's how I found where mine are.
But too, is another way that you can tell if you have issues with your tires is the outside edges are wore off more so than the inside, means that your toe in, toe out's not right.
I mean, you camber
and cast.
camber and toe. Yep,
So
Camber and toe.
yep.
if you have cupping, that could be an unbalanced tire.
Cupping and patching.
Cupping. Thank you.
That was the other one. I had to look it up. I had to, actually had. We're going to post pictures too. Of
Chopping. How about chopping? The chop tires.
They call that cupping.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, because if you really look at the tread, it's actual cup that's
Yep.
happened.
And it's from an imbalanced tire. And you'll see, so when you're folks driving down the highway and you're looking at tires, if you see a tire bouncing,
Like a basketball.
yep,
Being dribbled down the field.
it's even a little bit or a lot, then you'll know that's an unbalanced tire.
Yeah.
And you'll feel that. You'll also feel it.
You should feel it. You might
Yes.
feel it in your butt
Yes,
or in the steering wheel.
yes. So if it's in the butt, it's the back tires. If it's in the steering wheel,
That's obviously the front. Yeah.
That's why it's front.
Yeah.
That's a good way to remember it. Feeling the vibrations,
yep.
sometimes too is if you have a drive shaft going bad, you might feel it in the gear shift.
Yes.
But it can also happen because of tires. So you kind of got to weigh out which is which.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know. How to find punctures. You know how to do that on the trail?
Oh, you'll hear it, or you'll see it, or if you got, again, any type, if you have a spray bottle, a little bit, anything to make it bubble.
Water bottle.
We all have that.
You're supposed to.
Yes.
They say to use soapy water, but
If you have soapy water, if
that's
not,
the best. That's the easiest way. But
so if you have any of those hand wipes, though, put it on and put the little water on it, and it'll bubble up from the
I didn't know that.
the soap. Yep.
Hey, I got educated today.
Yeah, because I have those the wipes you have, for to clean your hand
Right,
afterwards,
right.
right? So if I think of the area, oh, that's it. I'll do it with it and a little bit of water, and then you'll see it bubble right up.
I didn't even think about that.
And
That makes sense.
useless things that I carry.
We all carry useless stuff.
So then, how do you fix it?
That's your department, sir.
All right, you've got the kit.
The show and tell
There's
time.
different ones. I have an ARB kit, but you can get whatever you can get. Get a tire kit.
Show it again.
This one is made by Smitty Bill. I got it as a gift. So the family got one. So this is one of my spares, but I actually keep it. In my Jeep again with all my stuff. And you're gonna want. They make cheap ones. You can get the plastic handles, but plastic handles tend to come apart.
Yeah.
So, and if you get the metal handles, make sure the set screws are tight. But reamer, and then for your plug, and then you have all these little rubber plugs you can put in, and a little rubber plug will. They're hard.
So
rubber.
it's really simple as far as the reamer goes. You want to clean everything out.
Clean it out.
You may end up making the hole. Obviously, you're going to make the hole
It's
bigger.
going to make the hole bigger.
Yes.
So don't be afraid if you're making the hole. You're like, oh no, the hole's getting larger. Am I going to have something that's going to?
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
Nope. And then you have these little string plugs. So in the old days, before we had sidewall repair, we used to use plugs.
Little tire patches.
I got.
Yep.
So we would try anything. Actually, a tire patch would work better on the inside than the outside.
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
You're not going again. You're not going to. That's where this system comes in. This system will fix the sidewall
Yes.
just the way it is.
It's called glue tread.
glue tread.
The repair anywhere. Okay.
Yep, it's kind of neat, and they have the accelerators and things. So, carry a plug kit. The plastic ones you'll see at AutoZone or Walmart.
They're
The
$5 and $7.
But
They
the
don't
handles
work.
come apart.
Yeah.
The handles come apart. That's the only bad
You
thing.
go in the reamer one time,
Yep.
come back, and then the reamer stays in.
Again, these guys did their homework because
What's that?
baling wire,
And that's for?
sidewall repair.
Okay.
So you'll stitch it up like Frankenstein, and then glue it,
And then glue it.
and then glue it,
Or
and
stuff
pack
it with.
Again, you're going to have your phone with you. Go to YouTube to properly learn how to do this. Now,
Or you can cut with us, and we'll do a class for
We
you.
did it.
Not only that, yeah.
We did a class at Jeep Beach.
yep. And we probably should do a video of something like that
Yes.
real quick. Here's how to do it. 5-minute video.
Valve stem guides. This one I can with the Colby I can replace the valve. So if you snap a valve stem in the woods on a stick or a branch,
Emergency tire valve.
yep, you can put this one in on the outside without pulling the tire apart.
Yep.
So this is something you carry this all the time.
All this stuff is in my toolbox in my Jeep. All this. Actually, I had to dig it all out. So I carry again everything.
We should.
valve
What you got to
stems.
do is you should snap photos. Just open your toolbox. Just snap a photo.
I will.
You know,
I got to
just-
put it all back later today.
Yeah,
So I got to
snap a photo and put it up on social media.
Yeah.
Just say this is what we talk about this a lot.
Yep.
And here's my toolbox.
And it's always in the Jeep. And again, I don't. The wife has her 4Runner, so yeah, actually, I do all the grocery shopping, so everything goes in the back seat. Versus in the trunk space of my, my JK is just full of gear. My gear is always in it, so wherever I'm at, I'm good.
You need to take photos of that and see, just so we can learn and say, all right, wait a second, he's got this in there. We'll carry this. We can carry because it's probably my guess is that it's probably not extremely organized. You've got to kind of put in there a little
That's
bit.
why I can't wait for that new bag to come.
Yeah, see, we were talking about that in a previous episode. Now, that's why I take a photo of it, so
Yes.
we're not all going to be like, oh, he must have it all nice and tied up and anal retentive,
it's a
because
soup.
it sounds like it.
The Pelican case looks good,
Right.
And then everything else is But there's things I want to grab.
Yeah, but it's stuff that you use.
Like the kinetic energy rope, the Bubba rope.
Right.
That's readily accessible with the soft shackles. Boom.
You got to show us what you do, how you set it up.
All right.
Because there's a lot of people who are viewing or listening would like to see that.
Yes. Yes. And actually, I really want to wait to get the new bags to come in because then we can do a really good of again, like so. If
we can do an update.
That'll be nice. Yeah, that's a good thing. Because that way the people can see who don't want to carry gear, who do have to take the kids to soccer and basketball,
Right.
who don't want to have everything.
Right.
Yes. But so I never.
So anyways, so you want to check your tire pressure regularly. You want
Yes.
to rotate your tires. You want to inspect those tires. You want to look at them and make sure that they're not getting dry rotted, cracked.
Yep. Like mine are starting to get. Mine are 7 years old.
Yeah, but
It's time to go.
they're time to go, time to do it.
Even though the tread's okay,
The tread level's real good.
but they're cracking.
Aged.
They're just the rubber's drying out.
The rubber's drying. Even though I've been spraying, I've been too late with the Protectant 303. I wish I'd have started 2 years ago. Which when I get my next set of tires, which will probably be in the next few months, I have to go. I usually go to Jeep events and work the vendors. That's just
What is it you put on them?
It's called Protectant 303.
Okay.
It's a marine grade protectant for Gore-Tex and plastic and vinyl,
Right.
and it works on tires, and it keeps it from drying out.
Yes.
So
Where do you spray them? That just spray the sidewalls?
I do the whole thing, tread,
Even the
everything.
tread?
Because
But now here's another thing. Do you go underneath and get the inside?
Yes, sir, I do.
So that's something
I
that
get-
people probably don't realize.
I do I do both sidewalls, inside and out, and then I spray the tread. And then in my neighborhood, by the time I get out to my second stop sign, the stuff that's on the tread is gone. But it's in between the cracks is where I'm worried about.
Okay.
And that stays. So I don't have to worry about sliding off the road or, causing an accident. That's not going to happen, no.
Protectant 303.
Yeah. It's like made by Aerospace, Protectant 303, something like that.
So some of the questions I've seen online is like, how can I tell if the tire's trash or if I can keep using it?
One's going to be your tread depth. How much tread do you have? So if you're down to your wear bars, and your wear bars are little indicators on the tread that you'll see when you get them. They're recessed until they become flush with the tread.
Correct.
And what they do is they go from tread to tread. It's a little small.
Slit, basically.
Yes, it's real. We're talking like an eighth of an inch.
If you're dry,
6 inches.
if you hit tires that are that bald,
Oh, my son does. Oh, yeah, my stepson.
No, well, you're-
Oh, yeah. In no time at all. This kid, we're buying new tires. That's what we're doing this week for his truck.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a knucklehead. I don't want to go. Don't go there.
We can just put a governor on it.
It's just
Lock it in first and
I-
second drive.
So he bought a modified, Ram diesel truck,
oh,
right?
he's
It's
having
so-
fun with it. How old is he?
21.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
That's
so,
a combination of
yes.
let's have some fun.
But it depends who does your lift. Again, whoever does it. So he bought it used, but it had all this lift in it. And we talk about, getting the right suspension. Again, for the tires. I'm telling you, it's his lift and his suspension because he does get them rotated. He does get it aligned. So it's.
Too much, and there's not enough camber or caster in it.
And
it used up the tires.
yes, it is. And so he's got like 30, 40,000 miles on these tires, if that. They're not even 2 years old yet.
Oh man! Now, I mean, as far as the tread wear goes, I mean, I always thought that it was the penny test.
Yes. The
Penny
Lincoln's,
test.
Lincoln's head. Yeah.
That's
If you
a good
see
way.
Lincoln's head,
Yes.
time to get
Yes.
more
That's
tire.
one way. Another thing is how big of a hole until the tire's trashed. I say a 1/4 inch.
Okay. Depends on where I'm at. So if I'm off road, I'm going to patch it till I
Right.
get on road, and then as soon as I get on road, I'm going to put the spare on.
Right.
And then what am I going to do? Get it replaced.
Get it replaced.
Get it replaced.
Well, that happened to the seals. They were
Yes.
down here.
And we did. We
Oh, what
actually
happened?
hooked
I
them-
didn't hear about what happened.
Oh, you,
No, what happened?
when the seals were down for Jeep Beach.
Yeah.
One of them found how they found the nail off road, but they found a nail off road or screw
or something. Yeah.
It's something, and then they got it replaced. Or actually, they had to plug it, and that was kind of funny. How I plug a tire is, especially if it's still on the vehicle, I'm not going to plug it from the top because I can't get leverage.
You can't. You
So
gotta
I'm
be
going to
able
rotate it either to the front or to the back where I can lay down, and then I can do it. So they did get it plugged. They drove it out, and then as soon as they got back to a hard surface, because they trailer with theirs.
yes, and that was the big thing.
That was the big thing. So, they took it up to Boulevard Tire in Ormond, and the general manager is a really good guy. So I called him up, like, Brad, seals are in town and they need help. And they don't, again, because every shop wants to upsell you. I'm not saying he would, but you go to some shops, like I'll go there all the time and like, oh, you need this, I'm like, it's good, but because that's their job is to sell things, So I said, no shenanigans, Brad. You know, so he plugged it, took care of them, and what he did
What they did is they had another tire that was the spare that was the exact one.
Correct.
That was brand new.
Yes.
They put that on and then used the plug tire to get them back to Virginia.
Correct. So it's just good stuff. I mean, again, do it right. And then contacts. Again, it was a pretty good, because that's what he said. He goes, who would you call that you trust? And I'm like,
And we're all scratching our heads.
I'm like, I trust Brad. Brad's good. And Brad, he's always been good to me. And again, he won't. He's never tried. He goes, I'll never upsell you. It's just not going to happen. You know, where other places, or in their mind, hey, I got to make a recommendation, or in some cases, we can't plug it. For liability reasons, we have to give you a new. You got to buy a new tire.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, I've plugged tires all over the world and gotten 200 miles back.
Right.
You know, I mean, running and gunning, getting on the skinny pedal. You know, and I got back with plugs. So, if I could do that on some mountain roads in Afghanistan or some other place, you know, I'm gonna.
You can do it on 95.
Yeah. But I'm not towing. I'm not towing a big
not
trailer.
towing a trailer with
everything.
all the stuff they had, the guns,
side by sides,
side-by-sides.
everything. Yeah, in that case,
was a lot of weight.
That was a lot of weight. You know what I mean? So yeah. So again, getting good stuff, and it can happen. You got to be able to plug your tires.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a plug kit.
No.
So I have a different kit that when I do the government stuff, it's in my backpack. It's a smaller one, and it has all the handles in it. Like, we never traveled without it. Lessons learned is we didn't travel, especially any place. Never mind, in the United States, but in a foreign country, we had little kits with us all the time, strictly for because we've it wasn't uncommon for the bad guys to throw all kinds of stuff out to give us all flat tires.
Yes.
And then till we got run flats, and then some of the vehicles didn't. If we're Indage, if we're driving the Haji trucks down the road.
The Haji truck.
That's what we called them. Those are, wherever country in the Jinka trucks, those with all the pom-poms hanging around.
Okay.
You can't imagine that. But
they have these, I did see these, I forgot what they're called. The Jeeps.
The Rotos, or begins with an R.
I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
But they're in the Philippines.
Yes.
And they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
Tuk-tuks.
But they're Jeeps.
Yes, they are.
They're Jeeps for picking up
Mahindra makes one. Actually, Mahindra makes one too.
Well, I know. Yeah, okay. But we're talking, these are Jeeps.
No, they make a Jeep looking, it looks like a Jeep.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought these are Jeeps.
In fact,
I think they are. They are a Jeep brand, I believe.
I think they're because there's so many other
knockoff.
countries. Yeah. And it's almost of the older series of the 2A.
And yeah.
That's it. The 2A.
Yeah. They still make those in different parts of the world.
Right.
But yeah, we've had a bunch of different vehicles. So not always Toyotas.
So hopefully you guys kind of picked up on the importance of keeping maintenance on your tires. I mean, it's your life in your hands that you're driving down the road.
And it talks to you. I mean, look at it. You can feel it. When you're driving, do you feel it? Where do you feel it? If it doesn't feel right, okay, get it looked at. It's either going to be alignment or balance, or it's a bad tire. For balance, if you sling a wheel. Now, some people use beads, balancing beads versus the weights.
Yeah. And I don't know.
I do weights. I do weights. I don't do beads, but everybody has their own. I run regular air. I don't run nitrogen.
No, there's no sense. Don't waste your money on nitrogen.
Don't, especially if you're going to air up and air down. Don't. Don't run helium. Don't laugh. I've known people.
Put helium in their.
Well, let's not go there. Yep, another funny story. Yep.
Should be our tool for the day. That should be the tool for the day.
We can make it that. It's a seal. It's a seal one. It's a seal story.
Even better.
It's a seal story.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys. I hope you all are listening.
Okay, we ready to go? Let's just go right into it. Here we go.
Hey, you see that idiot?
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
What you think you're doing, you stupid idiot?
It's the Off-Road Toolbox Tool of the Day.
Are you some kind of moron?
All right. So one of my counterparts, I had to work with SEALs and Deltas and everybody else, and everybody goes through BUDS, which is
Basic underwater demolition training.
Yep. So it's a good school, and it's a 8-week school, and you have to carry around your small boat inflatable, and they're heavy. So one of the guys goes, "Hey, let's take the air out," and they fill it up with helium. And
what is it they're carrying again now? What is
small boat? It's an inflatable boat, a Zodiac.
Boat.
Oh, it's a boat.
It's a Zodiac boat.
Okay, yeah, they got to carry that.
They got to carry it everywhere. So they can carry, and you can't lose your boat.
And that's how many? There's
Six guys.
Six
guys. Okay, so you got 6 guys carrying this heavy inflatable boat.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So
All right.
to shave some weight, they took the air out and put helium in it, and it was going good. It it was rocking. You know?
It was lighter.
I'm significantly lighter, right? So, and you got to run with this boat everywhere. You got to bring it to chow. You can't lose it. This and your telephone pole were two things you couldn't lose. So they're in the chow hall, and one of the drill instructors standing out looking, and he's just looking, and he sees the wind had picked up, and he sees the boat flutter.
It shouldn't flutter.
It shouldn't flutter. And he looks at the other boats, and there's nothing, right? So he grabs another guy, and they go down, and they lift the boat. And then they go over to the other boats, and they lift the other boats.
Noticing that the other boats were heavier.
Heavier, right? So when those guys come out, and they're lined up, and there's the instructor standing in her boat and said, "Gentlemen, time to carry me." So they had to carry him.
They had to carry the instructor
in the
boat.
Lift him up, not drop him, lift him up, put him on their shoulders, and
Don't drop me.
do their jog and walk back with the thing. And then after that,
I'm sure there was some issues they had to go over.
Oh, there was a lot of it. But come on,
great.
that is so cool.
Oh,
I
that
mean,
is
to
funny.
think of that thing. I mean, like,
Thinking outside the box. That's
you know,
what you're supposed to do.
That's what. Yes, but they got caught.
Yeah.
Penalty for getting caught. So, funny story though. So Jacques, thanks for your story. I'll give you credit for that. That was his Bud's class.
Nice.
That's pretty funny.
It is, yeah.
So don't do that with your tires.
Yeah,
No,
don't do
don't-
that.
don't.
Just put regular air in it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Think of the Hindenburg whenever you're putting
Yes.
that in there if you do.
Yeah.
I think
True.
it's,
Or they were hydrogen, weren't they?
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
There
there
were
was
hydrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't do that either.
No. Oh, don't do hydrogen and try to inflate your tire with the.
just air.
Yeah, man.
Just go to
try to
old-fashioned
reseat
air.
your
That's
bead
all.
with
Oh,
hydrogen.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Don't do that, folks. I don't even like doing the starter fluid reseating. I don't.
If I can't get it to seat with a strap around it,
Correct.
then I would do that. But put
Heating it up.
So they do. There's a way to reseat the
Starter
bead.
fluid.
Starter fluid. You spray around. You leave a
Right.
trail. You light it. And then you got to hit or kick it. You got to hit the tube so it pops up.
Right.
You got to remember to remove the valve stem. Otherwise, you'll blow the valve stem out.
It's
You gotta
just
remove
too
the
much
coil.
to
A
go
lot to
wrong.
it. There's actually a lot to it, and it can go wrong. And you'll
and
see all the
there's
ones.
people. There's videos out there. It's gone
Yep.
wrong, and people.
Sure,
are
you
hurt.
can see it on YouTube.
So I don't carry starter fluid in the field. So why am I teaching it?
Right.
But it's not something. But we carry straps
Yes.
or rope, and so I do a wingless. Mm-hmm. So
There's
Well,
ways.
but you can find those things on YouTube.
Yes, you
and you
can.
can also find this show on YouTube as well. Off-Road
can.
Toolbox.
Yes, you can.
On YouTube. Also on your favorite podcast platform, Spotify, Apple. There's a bunch of them.
And when can I hear it on Jeep Beach Radio?
You can hear us on Jeep Beach Radio Tuesdays at noon. Did you know that, Jeff?
I think I do now.
Yes. Thursday evenings at 8.
Okay.
Bart.
Sunday.
Sunday mornings, 7:30ish, right
That's
after
what I
Jeep
was
Beach
thinking. I
News
was
and
thinking it was
Views.
Sunday.
Yes.
Yes. So there's ways you can catch the show,
Yes.
whether it's audio, whether it's radio, whether it's video.
Yes.
We're
So-
trying it all out.
And also check out the social. Facebook, right?
Yes.
Facebook, it's just
Post the
Off-Road
page.
Toolbox.
Yes.
And with that, guys, we want you to go over to bestpricetrailers.com. Make sure to check them out. If you need a trailer, get it from them, please. And with that, Bart, anything else?
Thank you, folks. Get your tires balanced, rotated, and check your tire pressure.
Stay on it. Maintenance.
Yes. Look at it.
With that, see you guys.
Thank you.
And there you have it. Don't you feel smarter now? We'll drop more knowledge on you soon. Thanks for listening to the Off-Road Toolbox, powered by Best Price Trailers.